Good morning. With the opening today of Derek Chauvin's murder trial and the Suez Canal, we come a day closer to Easter. Markets ended flat yesterday as bond yields continue to rise, the 10-year hitting a 14-month high during the Asian session. The Russell 2000 registered a painful 2.64% drop. Margin calls have brought down the Archegos cap hedge fund as bank shares continue to draw the S&P down. The Archegos fund has been hit by Viacom, Discovery, GSX, and Baidu stocks dumped by banks overnight, and it's been hit by what Bloomberg is calling the biggest margin call of all times. Some estimate the company's $10 billion in managed funds have been leveraged by a factor of 10 to 1. Ahead today, house prices at 1 p.m. GMT, consumer sentiment at 2, and Bostic and Williams speak at 4 and 6. European equities were relatively up yesterday, the FTSE losing less than 0.1%. French short-term bonds also up their yields this past week, while in the UK, consumer credit improved to minus £125 billion. February mortgage approvals, on the other hand, are severely down to 88k from 99 in January. And the Turkish lira is plummeting again after President Erdogan again replaced a central banker, this time the deputy governor. This morning we'll be seeing CPIs from Spain and Germany, PPIs from Italy, and sentiment markers from the Union itself at 9. Asian benchmarks are up this morning, except for the Nikkei and Aussie S&P down 0.1 and 0.2% respectively. The yen also continues south, despite an improvement in February retail sales to minus 1.5%, and unemployment coming in flat despite fears of an increase. Earlier today, Japan's central banker Kuroda said the global economy has already hit rock bottom and could only go up from here. Still, he is prepared to release the brakes again the moment the economy requires it. The dollar-yen chart seems to have no doubt where things are headed. Despite a couple of dojis at top, we have a healthy RSI, a positive MACD, and an asset that at best might skirt the moving average as it keeps rising, even as it approaches that long-term resistance level at 110 that we're looking at on the daily chart. Unless Friday's NFP is incredibly bad in the US, there's a trend there that seems quite strong. Oil finally rose overnight after the Ever Given container ship was dislodged from the Suez sands, and traders shift their gaze towards the upcoming OPEC Plus meeting this week. We're continuing to check up on the asset as it breaks above the central pivot and shows some trepidation this morning. As you can see, the moving average is still bullish, and that uptrend has been in place now for 4 days. Like we said, OPEC will have their say, and tonight, of course, there's the API, which is overdue for a downward revision. Not to be confused with the ship, the Chinese Evergrande online real estate and auto market group said it expected to raise $2 billion in a pre-IPO in Hong Kong. And speaking of names, Volkswagen is playing with the idea of changing its name as it rebrands to sell electric vehicles. Yeah, they're going for Voltswagen. The rebranding will not affect the company's Audi, Bentley, Bugatti, and Lamborghini marques. I don't know, Volkswagen. Next, Lamborghini will probably become Omborghini, Bentley will become what? It just doesn't work for me. I'll see you all tomorrow.